Hello and welcome to our channel. Today I'm so excited to show off our Boo Die Set. I do have some samples I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give you lots of details on this die set, but first, if you're new to our channel and you haven't hit that subscribe button and rang that notification bell, go ahead and do that. And then let's dive right into the Boo Die Set. So here we have the Boo Die Set laid out here in front of us, and this is how it will arrive to you. You're getting 6 dies in this set. So you're going to get that ghost shape. You're getting a bow, 2 faces, 1 with lashes and a grin or a frown depending on how you use it. You're going to get the iconic ghost eyes and that oval mouth as 1 face shape, plus 2 very small dies. That's for the white of the eyes and the word boo. Now, the ghost shape measures 3 5/8 of an inch wide at the widest points by 4 3/4 of an inch high. And I wanted to make it a little bit larger like this so that we could use it for different things. So we can create, as you see on the left there, a shaped card, or you can use it like I did with our Boo 6x6 paper pack and create a shaker window by cutting out just the shape and then using a piece of our A2 acetate behind it to cover the window and fill it with your favorite shaker bits and then put those little face elements on there. Now you can mix and match those face elements. It's so easy to do. The little bow, I love this little bow because it can be used as a bow in the hair or you can use it as a bow tie. And that's what we're going to do on the card that we create in this tutorial that we're getting ready to share. So you have lots of different things that you can use this die for. It doesn't have to be just as a shaker window. You can, like I said, you can use it to create shaped cards with or without shaker elements. It works great with that small heart. That's probably my favorite way is with that tiny little heart. This will be super cute for Valentine's Day. So this could be used throughout the year as well. You can also pair it with our Halloween sentiment strips. And when we created our Halloween sentiment strips, what I did was I did 2 versions, a black version and then of course that white version. And what I wanted to do was create sentiments that worked with multiple products that we were carrying for Halloween. So on here, you're going to find some sentiments that are going to go great with our candy corn shaker pouch. If you haven't seen it, there's a video that I'll have linked at the end of this video. You can check it out. And some of those are Don't Yuck My Yum, I Love You More Than Candy Corn, and so on. But then I also did some greetings for our ghost, our Boo Die Set. So like ghostly greetings, boo, or boo y'all, boo, shake your booty. Just some fun things like that. And then I also added just some basic happy Halloween. I hope you have a spectacular Halloween. And I even added a sentiment to go with one of our polymer clays that are fangs. It's called Fangtastic. And I put on there your Fangtastic. These, all of our products you're gonna notice how they seem to kind of work together with those Halloween sentiment strips. And that's what I want to stick with. Whenever I create something for our releases, I want our sentiment strips to be sentiments that are going to pair with the products in that release. And that's my goal. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments down below. So let's go ahead and start to create a card using this Boo Die Set because I'm super excited to show you how easy this is to use. So to get us started on this card, what I'm going to do is cut a white piece of heavyweight cardstock using the ghost shape. Then we're going to go in and die cut the eyes and the word boo. We're also going to cut the little whites for the eyes out. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to mix and match those eyes and that mouth with this one. We're also going to go ahead and pick a pattern paper from the 6x6 Boo paper pack that we have. We're going to use the stars, the black and white version of the stars, and I'm going to use that for a bow tie. And I'm going to use it to back the round shaker element that we're going to be using. With our round shaker starter kit, you're going to get the pouches and dies in that set. So you're going to have a large die and then a smaller round die. We're going to use the largest die for our shaker pouch to cover the back of it. And then we're going to use the smaller die to create the window in the belly of our ghost to insert our shaker pouch into. So now that we have all of the die cutting done, we're going to go ahead and start assembling the pieces. So I like to cut extra eyes and mouth so that I can create some dimension by layering those pieces on top of each other. You don't need to do it. If that's something that you want to skip, by all means, go ahead and do that. I just like the way it looks. I like that extra dimension. I'm all about dimension on cards, and I realize that not everyone is. So once I have these stacked and glued together, we're going to go ahead and start placing them on our die cut ghost. And you can see here how the eyes are starting to bring him together. Now we're mixing and matching. So with this die set, the eyes with the eyelashes have that little smile. Or remember, you can also turn it upside down and use it as like a little frowning ghost if you want to go with something that's a little bit on the spooky side. Not too spooky, okay? Or you could use the iconic or the traditional oval shaped mouth with the eyelash eyes. So like I said, you can mix and match these any way you want. And what I'm doing here is I'm stacking that grin so that I can go ahead and get these added to the ghost, and we can build this shaker. Because at this point, things come together fairly quickly. And there's really, there's nothing complicated about this. So I'm playing around here and I'm deciding, do I want to go upside down? And I'm actually really liking the way that it looks. It's kind of cute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, when you're creating your shaker in the belly of your ghost like I did here, you want to check to make sure that you're allowing yourself enough room if you're going to do a bow tie. So between the eyes and the mouth and that shaker area, you just want to make sure you leave yourself some room for a bow tie if you're putting it there. If not, and you're using it on the top of the head, then you should be good to go. So here you can see I'm going to come in and I'm going to add those tiny little white round die cut pieces that are the whites of the eyes. And you're going to notice how it makes such a huge difference in the way this little guy looks. I absolutely love what the whites do for the eyes, but you could skip them. Or if you don't want to worry about, cutting those tiny little pieces, you could actually use our glossy white sparkle gems. Just one on each eye would do the trick. So now that we have this in place, let's go ahead and secure everything down so we can get this shaker pouch put together, because it is super easy to create shakers with our shaker pouches. And then we'll be on the road to wrapping up this video. So I decided not to glue the eyes or the mouth in place just yet because I want to get this shaker pouch put together. So I'm grabbing my It's No Secret anti-static powder tool, and I'm going to go around the edge of my plastic pouch before I actually put my shaker mix in this. Now, if you're curious about this mix that I have here in my shaker pouch, then you can head over to This Calls for Confetti blog and check out all the items that we used, because I started a Mix It Monday blog series where I show you how I go about mixing some of my sequins and clay bits together to create my own mixes. And I talk a lot in that blog post about how it's a great way to create a unique mix of your own to go with the theme of your card or maybe the color of your card. So if you want to know about that mix, hop over there and check it out. So I just removed the release paper from the adhesive. If you're going to use the It's No Secret anti-static powder tool, do it before you remove that release paper, because if you put the powder on after, it's going to take away the stickiness of the adhesive, and then your paper's not going to stick to it. So then you see how easy it is to close that up because we give you the dies that fit perfectly. I just took my star die cut paper and I just laid it right over the back of that shaker pouch and pressed down around the edges to close it up, and it's secure, and now my shaker element is ready to go. So since I have all of that ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and add the eyes and the mouth and my little bow tie to my shaker ghost, and then we're going to put it on an A2. So real quick, I wanted to give you a side-by-side of this little Boo ghost. I think this is such a sweet little thing. Now you can see on the left, I have the Boo ghost with the eyelashes and the smile and the bow at the top of her head. And then on the right is the pouch, the shaker element we just created, and he's going to have a bow tie right at the top of that shaker element. So the easiest way to go about doing this is once you have your card base ready, I used a piece of our pattern paper from our 6x6 Boo paper pack and adhered it to my A2 top fold card base. I'm going to take a piece of low-tack tape. Just remember to use low-tack removable tape when you're doing this. And I'm going to apply the tape to the top part of the ghost and create a hinge so that I can easily lift the ghost up, place my shaker element in the belly of the ghost, making sure everything is lining up correctly. And then once I have an idea, we'll go ahead, flip him back, add glue to the back of our shaker element, and then lay it back down and line it up, and it'll be in place. It's so easy to do it this way. Now, if you're using a pattern paper, make sure your pattern is running in the right direction. So I'm using stars, and I was just making sure that they're lined up the way I want them. And then once I have the pouch where I want it, a firm but gentle press to make sure that it's sticking to my card base. And then we'll remove the ghost and go ahead and you can use foam tape. We're getting ready to come out with what I'm calling half dimension foam adhesives. They're going to be circles, we have squares, and we also have foam strips. You can either use something along the lines of the foam adhesives, or you can use double-sided tape. You could also use glue if you wanted to adhere the ghost down. Now, once I have the ghost down, I'm going to use the sentiment from my Halloween sentiment strip sets that says have a spook-tacular Halloween. So I'm using a T ruler to make sure I'm lining this sentiment strip up along the bottom of my card base straight. You can put your sentiment anywhere you want on your card. Now you also notice I have that little bow at the top of the shaker element, and that's part of the reason that I decided to go with my sentiment at the bottom. The pieces of foam adhesive that I used on the back of my sentiment, they run longer than the ghost itself, so it's starting to stick down and kind of cause my sentiment to kind of have like a bowing look to it. So I'm grabbing my anti-static powder tool, and I'm just lightly dabbing some of that powder on the very ends of that foam adhesive to take away the stickiness so it doesn't stick to my card base. So this little tool is actually, someone said it a little bit mighty. And it does have a lot of uses. I keep finding more and more ways to use it in the craft room, and I'm absolutely loving it. That's going to wrap us up for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching the close-up of our Boo die set and the card making process. I really enjoyed sharing it with you all. Let me know what you think down in the comments below of the new Boo die set or any of the new products you've seen at this cost for confetti. They are linked down below, so that you can click on those links and head over to the shop to check them out if you would like. Until next time, please know how much we appreciate you.